how's it going, everybody? Sarasota Tim, coming to you from inside the Crusher in my fresh t-shirt that I just put on because I just walked out of Planet Fitness here, and I think I'm in Amarillo, Texas. And I got in the truck here. I got a pair of board shorts on. It's nice and warm, 70 degrees. No cowboy shirts, no cowboy hats, no jeans, no boots. It's a traveling day. I'm relaxing. I'd had a little workout in there. It wasn't a big one. I had a little workout. And now I got in the truck and I thought, let's have a little Lord time. Let's have a little crushing it for Christ. So before I head over and fill up my gas tank, clean this windshield, and get back on the road, and try not to, not try, but not forget about God and what He's been doing and how I've been blessed this whole trip that I've been on here. And I know a lot of you are out there are blessed too. Let's thank Him, and let's talk about what His Word's got to say. It's not His Word. It is His Word. There's scriptures in here, but this is a devotional book that was written by Sarah Young, and it's derived each day a little motivational instruction of how to live from certain scriptures. So we'll read the little paragraph of the devotional, and then there's some scriptures below it that we'll see how that was derived, and we'll talk about it. So today is March 5th, 2024. Hold it. I've been on vacation. It's April 5th. April 5th, 2024. I caught you before you caught me. I've done it before. And let's just get right into it here. I haven't read it. I haven't done it in a couple of days. So we are definitely ready to hear what God's got to say. And He says, she says that He says in this devotional right here. Make sure the air conditioning's not loud on us. Let me fill you with my love, joy, and peace. These are glory gifts flowing from my living presence. Though you are an earthen vessel, I design you to be filled with heavenly contents. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my Spirit. On the contrary, it provides an opportunity for my power to shine forth more brightly. As you go through this day, trust me to provide the strength you need moment by moment. Don't waste energy wondering whether you are adequate for today's journey. My Spirit within you is more than sufficient to handle whatever this day may bring. That is the basis for your confidence. In quietness, spending time alone with me, and confident trust, relying on my sufficiency, is your strength. That was a very good devotional today. We'll talk about it in just a moment. The scriptures that was derived from, let's read them. The first one is 2 Corinthians, where Paul wrote to the church of Corinth in the 4th chapter and the 7th verse. And this verse is taken from the NASB version of the Bible. But we have this treasure in earthen vessels, so that the surpassing greatness of the power will be of God and not from ourselves. The next one is from Ephesians. Paul wrote to the church of Ephesus on the 3rd chapter, the 16th verse. He writes, I pray that out of this glorious riches He may strengthen you with power through His Spirit in your inner being. And then the Old Testament we have in the book of Isaiah, in the 30th chapter, verse 15, it says, this is what the sovereign Lord, O Holy One of Israel, says. In repentance and rest is your salvation. In quietness and trust is your strength. But you would have none of it. So you can see clearly that this devotional was from the Bible, from Scripture. As we go back over it, it says, let me fill you with my love, joy, and peace. These are glorious gifts, glory gifts, flowing from my living presence. Though you are an earthen vessel, you're just a a simple mind, an earthly being. You're not God. You're just a creation. You have the power of God living in you if you're saved, but you're just an earthen vessel. It says, I designed you to be filled with heavenly contents. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my Spirit. See, as an earthen vessel, empty vessel, until we're saved and have the Holy Spirit in us, that's all we are, just an earthen vessel. Your weakness is not a deterrent to being filled with my Spirit. On the contrary, he says, it provides an opportunity for my power to shine forth more brightly. And then he says, as you go through this day, trust me to provide you the strength that you need moment by moment. We don't need God's strength once a day, a couple of times a day, or like I take my eye drops 4 times a day, and I was taking them 8 times a day. We need God moment by moment. We've talked about this before, where you need to talk to God if you are, going into the store, and you need to know whether you should buy Great Value brand or Hunt's ketchup. I mean, you can ask God. I'm being facetious, but you can ask God moment by moment for direction and strength and guidance for everything in your life. And believe it or not, He'll answer and nudge you to the simplest thing. There's nothing too small that He says. Don't think of it as ridiculous to say, oh, I don't want to trouble you with this prayer. I don't want to trouble you with this little problem. This problem's way too big for you, the creator of the universe. I don't want to bring this problem to you because, I got to solve this myself. I got to go get the attorney. I got to get the doctor. I got to get somebody, a psychologist. There's no way I need to bring this to you. You're just, no. See, anything and everything, and that's the mistake people make. And when he says right here that, right before that, when he said that, on the contrary, it provides an opportunity for my power to shine forth more brightly. When you make it evident and His power shines because you've asked Him, and then what I just read here, as you go through the day, trust me and provide you strength you need moment by moment. Don't waste energy wondering whether you are adequate for today's journey. My Spirit within you is more than sufficient to handle whatever this day may bring. So we all have different things. I could talk to somebody right now and they got something going on in their life. I've got something going on in my life, and you have something. We all have something. Some of us have the same things, but there's a billion different things that we got something going on that are concerning to us, that we're disconcerted about, that we're anxious about, that we're curious about, that we're wondering what will happen, what's going to be. And it says right here, my Spirit within you is more than sufficient to handle whatever this day may bring. That is the basis for your confidence. In quietness, spending time alone with me, he puts in parentheses, and confident trust, in parentheses it says relying on my sufficiency, is your strength. So your strength is in quietness and in confident trust. And those scriptures, it said right there that you're just an earthen vessel. Surpassing greatness of the power will be of God and not from yourselves. You got to learn to lean on Him and not on your own understanding. You've got to learn that the things that you take for granted every day that you do routinely, that you don't need to ask God about. Maybe you've been doing it wrong every single day and you're getting by, but maybe there's a better way. Maybe you should say, this isn't really a big concern of mine. I've been doing it this way, but you know what, God? What do you think? Can I improve this thing I'm doing? Can I do it better to bring honor and glory to you, that you will bless me and make it easier for me? I know you love me. I know you want the best for me. Rather than me just, assuming that I'm doing it the right way and you're up there just shaking your head like you're doing it the wrong way again. You could be doing it the right way. All you have to do is ask. But he doesn't invade our lives. He doesn't come and literally take your head and turn it the other way. You have a choice, folks. We always have a choice. And I'll tell you what choices are always being presented to us are choices of evil. Evil makes it very easy to choose. He puts them right in front of you as you're walking, as you're thinking. He puts them in your mind. Yes, the devil can mess with your mind. He can put things right in your path. He can bring things and people into your path that are deterrents, that are negative, that are bad. You can be reading things and you put on a story. He's like, gotcha. You can turn on a program on TV. He's like, gotcha. And meanwhile, you're just absorbing all this in. You're just listening to it and reading it and you're thinking about it. And it seems to be, he's very conniving. Oh, this is coming from credible sources. Oh, I need to think this way about this particular political view. I need to think this way about this particular group of people. I need to think this way about this particular race of people or culture. I mean, this is like the ultimate goal in 2024 is to conquer and divide, is to make you really hate. Hate is what is the antithesis of God and Jesus, who is love. So if you think about it, when you're out during the day, and even if it doesn't seem like hate, it's just the right thing you need to do. You need to be prejudiced. You say, I'm not hate. They're illegal here. They're taking over here. Those are the people that are responsible for that back then. Or these are the red hat wearers. Or these are the blue hat wearers. And you think that you are not being hateful, that you have the right mindset. You need to check yourself. I need to check myself because we're all God's creation. And there's not one of us that wouldn't fall to our knees and cry out to the one true God. If something happened to one of our children, something happened to us, somebody that we love or care about that was terrible, we would be calling out. But they don't. They put him in the corner. They put him in a closet. They don't want to hear about it. Don't give me that God stuff. Oh, here's one of those videos he's going to do about God. I don't want to hear about that. Turn that one off. Skip over that one. What a blessing you've missing. What a terrible shame that the devil caused you to continue to say, yeah, that group of people, those right-wing religious people, those are the problem since the beginning of time. It's religion. See, this is why the devil can work so conniving, like he did in the Garden of Eden when he got Eve to eat the apple. Oh, he just doesn't want you to know what God knows. If you eat of the apple, you'll know like him. You'll know good from evil. He just doesn't want you to know anything. So he puts a temptation, and he's so conniving. And what does God do? God is like the moral people. God is like the salt of the earth. God is like the people that watch my channel for the most part, except for that teeny tiny slither of evil ones. But the most people that are godly and religious or moral, they don't raise their voice. They don't flip the bird. They're not, it's the others that are not following God. When people follow God, they've got peace. They've got their game down. But the ones that are just out causing trouble and raising their voices and wanting to be heard, they're the minority in the whole planet. But they scream the loudest and they get the attention because what does it say? The one that's the squeaky wheel gets the grease. So they get on the media, they get on these things on our phone, they find all these ways on billboards, they find their ways in our television to put themselves right in our eyeballs, right in our eardrums. And we get fed and hear and see, and then we read daily. And you say, oh, well, that's not too bad. I mean, everybody's doing it, or this isn't so bad. And then what happens? It's just like I used the analogy before. If a ship didn't have a compass, and he said, well, I'll just go towards that horizon there, or towards the sunset, that's west. But if you're 1 degree off, a tenth of a degree off, over time, you're way out over here. You've got to stay focused. Moment by moment, we read today, we need direction and help. And not just for your problems, to get a job, to meet somebody, to overcome something. Your little things. Should I be reading this, Father? Should I delete this off my phone? Should I just, delete following these certain things on Facebook? Should I not even click on those YouTube channels that are, creating clicks about real estate and stock market crashing and gold and silver and the future, and they got their crystal ball and they know everything based on this and based on that. Listen to me, just click on me, just listen to me. It's the same thing with Fox and CNN. Just listen to us, just listen to us. We'll tell you, we won't lead you wrong, we wouldn't lie to you. Folks, if you haven't figured it out, it's just like when a magician that you just can't understand how he does this card trick, or pull the rabbit from the hat, or this disappearing act, or cutting the lady in half. You just can't figure it out. It's just like, it must be real. Wrestling, you believe in wrestling. Once they show you how they do it, it is so silly, it is so dumb. When they show you how a card trick is performed, and you can learn magic tricks all the time on YouTube, and you go, oh, that's all there is to it? The flash of the hand, a little sticky, a little rubber band, a little string, a little hold it in your hand, smoke and mirrors. That's all there is to it? And you got all of these people fooled for all these years? And as soon as you know the truth makes you free, and you could never be fooled again. And once you say, you know what? I know what I've said in the past. I've said I'm guilty. Don't give me that God stuff. Don't give me that religious stuff. That's the problem with the world. Those religious people, that Jim Baker and Tammy Faye and this one and that one, and all the ones you want to choose names of that you think are con artists or charlatans. And I'm not going to sit here and say which ones are or not, but I'll guarantee you're right. But for you to assume because of one person that mentions God and turns out to be a fraud and an adulterer and all this stuff, and stole money from people and all the things we've heard about, and it's been proven, to put everybody, all your eggs in one basket, to say that all religion, that the Bible and God is fake and phony and it's crazy, that's stupid. That's just stupid. You buy a Toyota and you get a lemon. All Toyotas are bad. You buy a Chevy and it's a lemon. All Chevys are bad. That's just dumb. You have to, folks, come to the realization that life can be easy. Life can be a blessing. Life can be, with challenges, a lot less challenging. And through those challenges, makes you a better person so that you can share to others, have a better life, raise your children better. We used to do more of these things years ago. But like I said, like that ship that gets off course, people have allowed themselves to stop reading the Bible, to stop learning about God, to stop and listen to the TV and getting rid of it and getting it out of churches. And getting it out of schools and the Pledge of Allegiance and all this stuff that used to give us, pride and worship and honor God. That we're like, yeah. And then you're cowering. You're like, oh, I don't want to say I'm a believer. I don't want to be, ridiculed. Oh, you're one of them? You got to stand up, folks. You got to stand up. You got to raise your head high. As I say, we don't hang our head around here when we say we're believers. And I'll tell you right now, do I sin? Do I make a mistake? Do I do bad things? Heck yeah. Do I do it often? Heck no. Because I'm mature. I'm more mature. I catch myself. Every day, I catch myself more and more how to act, how to talk, how to smile, how to try to be kind, how to try to help others, how to spread the good news, how to try to be positive, God's telling me we need this. Are we in the last days? They've been saying that all my life. Sure appears to be. I mean, things are pretty rotten, if you ask me, with the way our country has been run roughshod by those that are running it, using the name D, using the name R, and they hijack these parties, and they're no more what they were or stood for. They probably never were worth shooting, to be honest with you. It's just that they're exposed now. They're only worried about, self-preservation in themselves. And we are selfish. It's in us. To learn to be selfless, to learn to be kind and godly, you got to have Jesus in you. You've got to accept him and the Spirit to live in you. You got to have this living water so that you get the umption, so that you get the nudge. So when you are being bad boy, bad girl, bad man, bad woman, thinking about cheating, thinking about lying, thinking about stealing, thinking about gossiping, thinking about all these things that are just wrong, you'll be nudged, and you'll say, and you'll know. And if you really want to be a changed person and become a new creature in God, then you will change. It won't happen overnight. It's a daily walk. Moment by moment, he says, is what you got to do to crush it.